Holly. This is the Honk For Peace case that I don't think a lot of people have heard about. And it's a case of free speech versus, public safety is the way the police are playing it. Why don't you tell me what happened and what is going to be going on Wednesday?
Well, this is actually what we're calling Honk For Peace 2. Honk For Peace 1 was about a year and a half ago when, as an ACLU of Minnesota volunteer attorney, I represented a woman who had been ticketed for illegal honking. Honking in response to a Honk For Peace sign that was displayed in Burnsville at the intersection of Burnsville Parkway and Nicollet in front of Congressman Klein's office. Your listeners may or may not know that over the past couple years, every Tuesday evening from 4:30 to 5:30, vigilers have been meeting at that intersection, and anywhere from 5 to 20 of them hold up signs that express the sentiment about getting out of Afghanistan, getting out of Iraq. And we represented a woman who honked her horn expressing agreement with the message of peace that the vigilers were displaying. Ultimately, the charges were all dismissed, and the city agreed to sign a consent decree in which they agreed not to enforce this state statute that prohibits people from honking their horns except when necessary to give an audible warning of a danger. And they agreed not to enforce this statute except in cases when necessary for purposes of public safety. And then a few months after they signed the consent decree, they began conducting surveillance on the vigilers at that intersection. And at the end of June of this year, they ticketed a man named Robert Palmer with illegal honking and charged him with a misdemeanor violation. Most traffic violations are petty misdemeanors, punishable by up to a $300 fine and no jail. But in this case, they charged Mr. Palmer with a misdemeanor violation, a violation of a statute under circumstances that endangered public safety. And so he's looking at doing up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $1,000 for honking his horn to signify his support of a message for peace.
Now, it seems like there's several things here at work. Number one, it sounds like the city agreed to do something and then reneged on its promise. And then we also have the problem here of weren't there claims of public safety, and there was erroneous information introduced saying that that there had been a crash nearby caused by honking, and it turns out it happened hours before the event?
Well, based on the information that we have, it appears that on June 23rd, a couple of blocks away from this intersection, an hour before the vigil, a pedestrian was struck in the crosswalk. It's completely unrelated. This vigil has been going on for more than 2 years. There have been no accidents at that intersection. A similar vigil that's been going on for over 5 years up in Egan at Pilot Knob Road has had absolutely no record of any accidents or safety concerns. So I think it's a red herring to suggest that this accident that occurred at a different intersection at a time when this when the vigil wasn't even being conducted, indicates that there's a public safety concern caused by people honking their horns.
Now, are you making the argument in court, and I know you can't get into some things that you might be saying, but are you making the argument in court that this was an attempt by the police to chill free speech because they just didn't happen to like the content of it?
Yes, that's certainly one of the arguments that we are going to make. But in addition to that, they're trying to chill free speech not only because they don't like the message that's being conveyed, but because they don't like the manner in which it's being conveyed. Some people, some members, one member of the police department in particular, who lives in the neighborhood, doesn't like the horn honking. But it's been held to be a constitutionally protected method of expression. As recently as last year, a federal court in Detroit upheld or struck down a statute virtually identical to Minnesota's in circumstances where people were honking their horn in support of Honk For Peace signs.
Howard, we only got about a minute left here, but tell me, what is likely to happen next? And if we have a moment here, why should people care about a case with one guy being ticketed in, one of the southern suburbs?
Well, tomorrow is a pretrial conference, and based upon the pretrial motions that we filed, I anticipate we'll be scheduled for an evidentiary hearing on some of our motions to dismiss for discriminatory enforcement on the grounds that the statute is unconstitutional, on the grounds that the consent decree was violated, and a lack of probable cause. Why should people be concerned? Because if a statute like this is permitted to be enforced in this manner, it will have a chilling effect on speech, and it's a slippery slope. Once you allow the government to control the content of messages, it's just a matter of time before the government begins suppressing messages that you want to advance.
It is unfortunate that we have, let me use the word small-minded for some people who would like to, prevent, peaceful demonstrations and expressions of peace in Burnsville. Howard, thank you so much for joining us. Howard Bass, an attorney with the ACLU, will be keeping an eye on this case in the coming weeks. It's probably not going to be something that gets dismissed out of court very quickly. So thanks for calling in today.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Mike.
All right.
Stay warm.
Yeah, that's a challenge these days. And
it is.
It certainly is.